Family, welcome to the cosmic weather forecast. This is the Scorpio new moon, November 1st, 2024. So this new moon starts in the energy of the first house. Those degrees of Scorpio, they are all about resolving our own inner wars. Anything that we are in opposition with. The fact that it's in the first house, this is the year of the womb. So there's going to be a lot of discovery through those 28 days of this cycle, because with the new moon, we have a merge of the sun and the moon in the front of the third eye, and then the moon is going to go round. So we're peeling the layers of illusion. Illusions here that are about what we inherited and very deeply from the womb. Okay, so a lot of womb healing that we're going to have to untangle, and we're going to go through this process of unbecoming. This is part of your next spiritual awakening. This is a phase where, after the last new moon where we ended some soul contracts and karmic patterns, now we're able to really shed some of those layers and really start tapping into our deepest essence. The goddess Nyx is also part of this mix here and is going to help end those patterns. Goddess Nyx is the goddess of the night. She's going to support tapping into the subconscious, tapping into the things we might have forgotten. Okay, some of you, if there's any abilities that you have in terms of going back through meditation, hypnosis, back into your memories. I know that personally, some of the cosmic alignment energy sessions that I've done with some of you that are part of the STARSEED Rise Up on the YouTube channel, I tapped into memories as far as 1 month old. And I was like, what? What is this? Okay. So some of you, if you're interested, that's something you can join us on the YouTube channel. But here we have this line of tension with the Neptune retrograde. Neptune retrograde in those last degrees of Pisces are about endings. So with this line of tension, you're going to really feel through those 28 days, the things that your higher self and your truthest version of self and expression of self is wanting to shed, okay? Wanting to kind of break free and just let go, okay? That's the process of unbecoming, realizing that the things that you labeled yourself with, especially here with Mercury in the second house, in the last degrees of Scorpio, in this energy that speaks of the throat, the things you believed that you were. And that probably affected your quantum timelines and possibilities, okay? The way that Mercury is playing here is actually feeding this grand trine energy, okay? You're seeing here with Mars and Mercury and Neptune retrograde. It's a water grand trine, so it's bringing a lot of flow. And if you've noticed on the channel, I've been talking a lot about the quantum fascia, the cellular water, the scriptures inside our cells. With Scorpio season, and especially this new moon, be ready to let go of a lot of those cellular waters and the memory, the data they have in stored, okay? Because you're unbecoming. You're really tapping into that version that first incarnated before all the influences and the experiences. Now, when we're moving into Venus with the third house, we have Goddess Kali. So Goddess Kali and Venus, that's going to really change with the third house energy, how you speak from your heart about yourself. Those placements of Sagittarius are very much about taking accountability for your path. For now, what you know about your experience, how it affected you, and how you can change it from a place of love, okay? Moving on, we have Pluto in the fourth house. Those degrees of Capricorn, they are about breaking free from the mental prisons from the home, mental prisons from the family cluster. A lot of my latest sessions have been with people that have a lot of influence from the womb, okay, and working through those influences. Some of you, there's a lot that you can do from just listening to the music frequencies. This is something I'm very passionate about as far as supporting you when you get some awareness of the cosmic influences, receiving some support with sound, because sound is vibration, and vibration shifts your cellular way to receptivity, to how you receive information, and thus how you're able to process your life and how you can process your reality and just script your movie, script your life, okay? As we're moving here into the 5th house, which is all about your self-expression, I guess I was already ahead with this energy of scripting, okay? Because here, through your joy, through your passion, you're able to retrieve a lot of your light, a lot of your passion, a lot of the things that maybe certain experiences, got you lost in the way. Now, there a line of tension with the Medusa, Lilith, and also not too far, the South Node cluster. I've been talking a lot about this. Again, something that came up with many sessions lately, which is healing the witch's wound, or healing just patterns of past lives or this current life where you felt shamed, guilted, any of those lower vibration. This is allowing you, when you're shedding through this process, also realizing the things you inherited, some of those conflicts, some of those wars inside of you, and realizing, I've seen this, that in certain relationships, you're seeing that your partnership is a reflection of the partnership you witnessed as a child with your parents or your grandparents or, people around you. There's a lot here that is being healed, and that allows you to shed those layers and unbecome and really manifest a total different timeline, because you're starting to tap into the essence of your soul, the essence. But right now with this new moon, we're just really looking at the mirror effect and how things have manifested, and realizing what's ours and what's not. And what I'm seeing here, and I'm always talking ahead of time. So this is more of this energy in the 6th, the 6th house, where we have this North Node that is all in the position of relationships and how is affected our health, our habits. A lot of, some of you, if you've been trying to, change certain habits, maybe get on a health routine or workout regimen, this is a perfect 28-day cycle for starting some new habits, okay? Definitely with this energy. Now, we're seeing Chiron here in retrograde in those degrees that are talking about rectification, rebalancing, especially also in give and take, in relationships, okay, one-on-one relationships. So there's going to be here, again, some awareness of certain dynamic in your relationships, and there's going to be, with all that we've mentioned already, a lot more clarity that you're going to receive, okay? A lot more clarity about your past relationship and how maybe they fueled also those inner wars, or just mirrored some of those inner wars. Recently, I think it's Muse Cleo that just entered Sagittarius, and I was amazed by the guidance of this Muse that was all about realizing some of the mirror neurons through the past relationships, through love stories or love dynamics, or just people we love, some from family, and how we've been almost emulating those behaviors without even realizing. So there's a lot of mirror effect, not surprising, with Scorpio energy, the unseen and the seen, which is kind of a mirror you might not realize, but this is going to really help and support everyone to work with the law of attraction and see that what you're receiving is really more a reflection of what you believe you are, okay, instead of what you're voicing, okay? So here, we're moving on next, because this is kind of the wheel of where this new moon cycle is taking us. In the 8th house, which is the house of shadows, we have Uranus in retrograde in those last degrees that are all about introspection. If you deep dive, you're going to see some truths through this cycle that are going to change your life. Okay, I'm like really adamant about this because I see every time we talk about shadow work, crickets. No, not everyone. My star family knows that this is where your greatest potential is. Okay, especially coming from that Chiron wound. Some of you know Chiron is the wounded healer. You become your own guru when you go into the wound space. The wound is where the light enters. And when you let the light enters, you can deep dive even further in the shadows because you are the flashlight. You're not really going into such darkness because now you have sparked some of your own light. Okay, so very exciting 28-day cycle. Sorry, I'm Scorpio, so, and plenty of Scorpio in 8th house, so I kind of like this energy. Not sorry. And then we have a Jupiter retrograde in Gemini in the 9th house. This energy is really still activating a lot of our codes inside of your genes, the things that you came to manifest. So really, in the 9th house, some of you, this is an invitation to have a spiritual practice, to make sure you do breath work, that you meditate, use sound, use movement, use dance, and realize that you're a vibrating being. You are light and vibration and frequencies, and you can shift all of this if you are tapping into the information of all that you are, okay? Now, moving on to Mars, here in those last degrees of Cancer in the 10th house. There's some very big energy here that I want to mention before I get to Mars. There's this line, which is the midheaven. This is your public life, okay? What you're seeing here, remember, there was a message about taking accountability. There was also speaking from the heart, letting yourself speak your desires from the heart. This is going to influence your public life. This is going to be something that you are recognized for. There's going to be a lot of heartfelt expression that wants to come forward through those 28 days cycle. And Mars, which is all connected to your nervous system, is really in a placement with that 10th house that is about divine protection. You are being divinely guided, divinely invited to move into that version of yourself where you're shedding some of those wars, okay? And we know how it's impacting also and reverbing and mirrored in the collective. There's a lot of duality. So if you're able to transcend your duality, if you're able to understand certain of your reactions, certain of your triggers, you're going to really support the collective in that sense, okay? And last but not least, this is really in the subconscious mind, the Akash. Thanks to all that you're shedding, thanks to all this light work and shadow work, okay? You're able to manifest your greatest timeline, okay? As far as this expression of yourself that is void of those lower vibrational association. I'm seeing like, you know, someone with like a lot of post-its with words, okay? It's almost like I'm seeing like just ripping off all those labels and being able to redefine, rescript. But first, just being able to tap in your essence. So that's what I have for you, my dear star family. Thank you so much for being part of this spiritual quest and journey with me. I'm sending you many blessings and much love and light. Namaste.